Hi. Hello. Let's see. Who's out there? Hi. Hi. Hello. I must say, I look at the names they're using on here, and some of them are really concerning. Because if you understand what you put after I am, the meaning, and that you create your reality, and with the power of the thought and the word. And if I read some of these people's names they're using on here, and I thought, wow, there's a lot of work to be done. Lots of work to be done on the planet. A lot of healing, a lot of other things. Just reading the names they call themselves, I'm thinking, ooh, kind of hit nerves. No, out of town. Well, that's a choice. Is an interesting one. But it depends. You see, it all depends on the intent and the thought behind it. But some of them are disturbing. You can tell. You can tell that there's no self-love, or there's a lot of things there. And I'm like, wow. Anyway, if you run out of time, don't worry. It's nothing wrong with it. Oh, it's so awesome to be free of your body. It's such a lovely feeling. I mean, it's because you lose all the density, there's nothing wrong with it. I tell you what, it's the biggest thing we've got to overcome on this planet is the fear of death, which people think is death. It's not death, because you're eternal. But losing the body is so awesome. I'm not trying to encourage anyone, but hell, it's nice. It's so awesome to get out. Oh my gosh. There's nothing bad about it. A little bit. I think it's just for a few seconds, and I've described it in one of my videos. When you leave, as the energy leaves the body, that's just for a few seconds. I mean, it's very fast that it goes completely dark, and that's only a bit. Otherwise, it's a breeze. It's such a breeze, and it's so cool. There's nothing to be, Then you're like, oh. Anyway, hello everybody. I don't know who's there. I don't think I've got regulars. We started a 30-40 day challenge, but it seems to be, who knows, I just let source take over, whatever, and whoever. It seems to be, different people follow you. I get different messages, different guidance, but basically, we are. My intent, if you look at my page, is the upliftment of the humanities, to guide them safely into the light, to raise their consciousness, to give them a safe passage to the right direction, to a higher consciousness, to light, to freedom, to all that, It's upliftment and guidance. This is what basically has been coming through me, and I've been doing for a while now. I'm fine, thank you. And if I don't read all your comments, it's just because, unfortunately, unless I don't have anyone monitoring comments, and especially when I'm busy, I'm not focusing on that, and I've got to, without my glasses, I can't see them. I can't see them. Anyway, so basically what we've been doing is trying to guide people how to raise their frequency and vibration, because there's a lot of newbies waking up. They call themselves newbies too. And they don't really know what they're getting involved in. And as you go through the levels of consciousness, as you rise up, and also through the astral, then you can kind of guide people, because you've been through it, and also things are speeding up a lot faster. So when we woke up, it wasn't that you didn't manifest that quickly. You didn't have to be so careful. Things have changed a lot now. So you really got to. And I was actually shown something really interesting now, which is so nice. There's another bit. I was sitting in meditation just now, and I was just preparing and asking them who wants to talk, whatever, ask any messages they want to share, because I never know who's going to be on, and I hand over. I just, hey, whatever, let them take over, basically, because you sitting here and you don't have the eagle's view or the privy of source, who sees all and everything, and what, the longer, let's say the long-term plan. Source can see everything, where you're going, who's going to be watching, all time, space, and you've only got this. So I let it just unfold, and however the things go. But my intention was trying to tell people how to get themselves, because a lot of people, there's fear when they wake up, how to rise out of the darkness. So we're coaching you into the light so you can get out and to avoid it. But when they first wake up, unfortunately, because of their level of consciousness, they also, it's a frequency and vibration they're at. You have to do a lot of self-work, because you're going to keep attracting the negative thoughts, even in the astral negative things and the astral negative thoughts, beliefs, because until you start releasing these things in yourself. So what we're trying to tell people is how to do that. Do not think of the negative, dark or negative, and don't focus on it whatsoever, especially in these current times, because that is not going to help you. You're just going to get more and more sucked. It'll suck you down. Simple as that. It'll consume you, actually. And then what they taught in the old days was it didn't really work, so people don't realize the actual consequences now. A little bit more, don't go play there. So what we've been doing is telling people how, on the page you can see, do your healing, do your clearing. I've done many videos. For beginners, you can go to my YouTube and you can start with the bottom video. Okay, through the bottom astrals, and you'll resonate with what I'm saying, and you're probably going through that. And then you work your way up, and forgiveness, and about death, and afterlife. I've been busy. They're there. And that'll help you a lot, okay? But please do not watch any content that's out there, that's pushing out fear, or you got to worry. They are anything that's trying to tell you you're a victim, right? That's trying to tell you not to watch that, be careful of those people, any of that sort of thing. Don't listen to it, because it isn't light. All right, so if it's negative, I did explain in my last video, okay, how you can tell the difference. All right, please don't listen to anything that's disempowering you, that's telling you who to be frightened of, that's dark, that makes you feel fearful, scary. Focus on it, anything. Absolutely cut it out. So we're trying to tell people here how to raise their frequency vibration, focus on the light, because what you focus on is what you expand and get, and you will, and especially now, very important not to, okay? All right, it's not as easy, but I do understand you will have a negative experience if you're holding whatever darkness you have in you, which is dark, dense energy, hate, fear. A lot of it you're not even aware, you're still carrying around. And so I did speak there, and I've shared many videos on my page further down, and I see people are resonating it. So when you first wake up, the good idea is to go for past life regression, but there's many different versions of it. There's ones that basically, if you've got lots of trauma, that actually will deal with the trauma first. But I think they're level 3 practitioners. But there's different ones, so check what they've done. That can go back if you've got serious trauma to address the trauma, 1 or 2 if you need to, and then go for a past life regression. So you get healing done before, if you decide to go and, get a Kundalini awakening or activation, because if you're going to go through the astral, you are going to have an unpleasant experience if you've got a lot of darkness in you, anger, hate, fear, which are all dark, dense energies. You're going to have fun. All right. And you're going to have, you think it's not fun. All right. So please go and do that. Okay, there's many people out there that are doing healing and all kinds of things. Get rid of do your forgiveness, do all these things. And as I said, there's a lot of help. Ask, okay? Very important, any newbies out there, to ask for that assistance. And your intention is, you can't hide it. So if you really ask for help and you mean it, it is given to you. Make the effort. And you really want to, like you're tired of suffering, or you're tired, or you just want to, whatever it is. Anyway, you can start on YouTube. There's enough there to talk you through. But please, my greatest suggestion is do that. If you've got issues with trauma, you've grown up and you've got a lot of issues, and anger, fight and fear, whatever it is, dark, worry, whatever, go and do those things. Okay, get that and address that very carefully, not just anybody. And then you can do a good proper past life regression when the person's there, and let them guide through you with the intention to heal. All right, and remove any of these things, so you're not going to, there we are. And then you'll see a big difference in your frequency and vibration and what you experience as well. All right, as I explained. Okay, there's a link between your vibration, your frequency and vibration, which is another thing, is what you can access, the levels you can access, you want to say the astrals or lower consciousness, and what thoughts and frequencies and vibrations you will be drawn to you. Okay, there we are. So that's what I've been doing. Anybody got any questions? We've got company here. I was physically shown today, which is interesting because I've been telling people about this. There's always a reason you get things. And I got this big download, which is really fascinating, about thoughts. Because you hear of Abraham Hicks, the law of attraction. Dr. Joe Dispenza describes it, the thoughts, frequency, and then in the magnetic part, which is the attraction part, is the emotion. So you can go, I want to manifest, but feel. If you're saying one thing and you're feeling another thing, there's a bit of fear there or doubt, that's what you're attracting. The actual emotion is the magnetic part, that attracts whatever else to you. And if you've got a holding anger, you're going to attract other people with anger in them and other nasty things. See, so the emotion is a big thing to clean up, right? So I got this big download about thoughts and how they play, because as we raise in consciousness, so we will also get more and more information that we can perceive, because as our consciousness goes up, we are open to understanding higher levels of information or consciousness, put it that way. So I got this download. I got the whole point. Yes, I know that we create reality. Our thoughts. Bashar tells you that. I mean, Abraham Hicks tells you that. Joe Dispenza kind of tells you more in the body. For newbies that got any issues, go listen to Joe Dispenza, and then you can clean up it. It's not going to help you clean up your emotional trauma. Yeah, it's not a good thing to try and play in the astral if you've got a lot of anger, fear, hate, and other trauma, in you, because you're going to have fun. All right, you will have fun there. Anyway, so I was sitting in meditation today, and very interestingly, I got shown, I could visually see it. So I'm meditating, and I'm calling him in, and I asked him, who wants to talk, do a meditation, any messages they want to share tonight in my live. Yeah, we have company. So I'll probably do a meditation now and see, who knows. I never know what I'm going to get in my meditation, nothing. I never have a clue what I'm going to be shown or anything, because I just hand it over, Whatever source wants to, for the highest and greatest good, there we are, it comes through, right? And so you never know. So I was sitting in my meditation earlier on, and we have company anyway, and nothing happens by accident, so you can't say it's an accident. I was sitting there in meditation talking to them, and the next minute I had a thought, which wasn't what I call if you want to know what is. A lot of people have a misunderstanding what darkness is, right? Dark and light. Dark is negative, say negative thoughts. Dark, dense emotions, okay? So let's categorize this. Dark is anger, hate, jealousy, judgment, whatever, all those kind of things, right? That are dark and dense, grief, pain, suffering, whatever. And there's a very heavy, dense emotions, right? Because you feel it. Think about it, how you feel, right? When you feel joy and elated, you definitely feel, right? So you can it kind of talks for itself. So people don't understand that is darkness, and that is on the side of the dark and fear, right? Now light, yeah, high, yes, fear, yeah, it's the same thing. Now light, because people think, oh, dark and light, bad, good and bad. I'm trying to tell you, light is joy, grace, love, happiness, all these kind of things, all the good, like you would imagine, good, bad, right? You kind of think these are, but now what we didn't understand, because now as we're learning on a higher level of what we attract, right? Law of the vibration, frequency, because basically you're just a frequency, basically. There we are, and you're swimming along, and you are reading different frequencies in a game, and you're like, ooh, so whatever you're drawn to, book. You're drawing different frequencies, which are thoughts and feelings and emotions to yourself. Think of the little strings you're putting out there. So I was sitting, this is interesting now, getting a visual one of it, of the actual effect of it. So I'm sitting now, and I was getting my frequency readjusted. Very interesting, actually. So who knows, whatever plan they want to do. So I was getting my frequency readjusted, and I could see, a massive light, and they're busy, and everything's been moving around. I'm like, okay, and I'm just sitting here, And then I had a thought, which was not a good one, not a bad one, but it was so interesting. And all of a sudden, this part of my head went dark. So it was like this dark energy, like darkness here, and everything was light, and this part was dark. And I just thought, oh wow. So they're showing me, you see, the density. That's why I say I don't think gravity is what we think it is either. I got that kind of idea. I don't think what we think, we're getting there. Science will catch up. We're getting there slowly. But what we call the gravity is not what we think, actually. Because if you raise your frequency and vibration high enough, and I've been privy to do that, and they've talked about it sometimes, you glide across. When you go for a walk, I tell you what, it's the easiest walk you've ever done. Because literally, it's like you're just cruising along on top of, it's like you hovering above the ground almost. There's no effort, there's no weight. Your body is, gravity really, is like it just doesn't want to work properly. And you start thinking, I'm going to start levitating soon. Pretty much that's what you feel. And same with when we go to the new earth, it's very, very lighter. It's much lighter. And I mean, if you've been in astral, there's many beings that don't even have, that's where we're going, back to a non-physical body eventually, right? So there are many beings that have evolved past us that don't need a physical body. They can manifest if they want to, for us or whatever, a little spaceship. But they don't need these things. They don't need spaceships. They travel like that. But most of you will know that. So gravity, I don't think is what it is. So seeing this was interesting though, because then I was like, oh, okay, let's clear that. Okay, so because I had this thought, instantly I saw, it was like, I was like, oh my goodness me. Then you realize the gravity of your thought. If it's not a good thought, right, it's dark. People have a good idea of darkness. They think it's got horns on, everything is dark. It doesn't only look like that, people actually. So, you got this visual because that's what you were told as a kid or whatever was put into your mind, depending where you live in your culture. But it actually is. So that was so fascinating. I've never seen it before. So then I was like, okay, let's recalibrate that one out. Let's realign the energies. Poof, gone. Clear it. So that was really fascinating to see that. I was like, wow, thank you. That was a demonstration of a light and dark thought, and energy. And I was like, wow. So you don't realize it actually in your third eye. It is dark. It is dark. It's interesting. Very. Anyway, there we are. So we'll see if anybody. We'll see what else comes through. So yeah, I'm enjoying this journey. It's fascinating to see what you learn. And what comes through you and what you're guided to do, and wow, it's absolutely mind-blowing, and I love every second of it. Anyway, so let's see if we got anything for anybody. I don't know, any messages we can see. I'm going to take my glasses off. So if you comment, I won't be able to see what you're saying. I'm not going to be paying attention, and I can't see without my glasses. I don't read very well without them. At my age, we're not exactly privy to that. All right. So let's try and see what we get, okay? If there's anything there for any secret messages or... Sure. I'm seeing storm, like a hurricane. Like a tornado. And you're inside the tornado. Wow. It's actually quite calm inside it, in the center. Except it's all things floating past you. Like, sorry people, I'm in a tornado. It's moving between houses and then it stops, it goes up into the back into the clouds. And the big storm clouds, grey clouds, and very grey, dark clouds. Now I'm in the middle of the ocean in a beautiful, very scenic place, somewhere else now. And it kind of looks like Hawaii. There's a volcano on Hawaii, not that I'm aware of it. There is one. And I'm going down in this volcano, my goodness. There's activity in the underneath, but it's a dormant on top. It looks like it hasn't done anything. Where the hell is this? But deep underneath there's molten lava that's moving around underneath this volcano and seems to be coming up towards the surface. Yeah. This volcano, the lava's coming up and up and up. It's going to come out once it's not dormant anymore. It looks like Hawaii. I didn't know they had dormant volcano there. Whatever. Haven't been there. Now I get a feeling I'm in South Africa. Somewhere down there, or Madagascar, somewhere there. Feels it, looks like it here. Storm. Like a cyclone type storm, a very, very strong storm. Storms going around. It's like this. There's like this. There's a storm down there. Time-wise, soon. I think this is soon. There's a bad storm there. Could do some damage. And this island, I see this island. She's a bit messed up. I think it's Madagascar. It's close to South Africa down there. So there's a storm there. Now what? That's like a cyclone, wow. I'm going over it. It's like shoo, going around and round and round and round in the center. It's like maybe it does, and I feel like it's going down into the water now. This like vortex is going down into the sea, or it goes onto above the sea. Like there's a it's kind of dissipating. It's going to bring a lot of rain, a lot of water too. You're going to cause a lot of water in that area. Wow. Lots of rain, a heavy rain fall down there in that corridor. It's like, I can't remember the name of the corridor, like the Mozambican corridor, I think it's called. Right. tornado thing, it looked like America. The houses, the type of houses, somewhere in America. There's another, like, how do you say, like a pressure system? This is like the storm. I'm like in it now. There's some storm pressure, like a build up of a storm somewhere. I'm trying to gather where it is. And I'm feeling Indonesia. And somewhere there's a it's building a storm, a pressure. There's a, I don't know the science, I'm not a scientist or, you know, weather person, I don't know what you call it. But there's building up there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I feel anger in it. It's angry. Not interested. Yeah, somewhere in Indonesia. There's another storm building there. And there's all these storm systems. We try and ask why. I think it's to do with we know the solar flares, the energy is coming into the planet, which is it's a cycle we're going through. Cleansing cycle. Okay, it's quietening down the storm now. It's clearing up. The sea is very rough. Very rough ocean, big waves. It's far out, it's fine. It's deep out in the ocean. Big, wow, big swells, wow. It's coming clear, 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 like all perfect again. And the sun's out and it's just calm. Thank you. Sorry people, that's, as I said, I never know where I'm going to go and what I'm going to see. I don't ask, I don't dictate, you see. Sorry, I had no clue I was going to get that. Anyway, that was interesting. Wow, that storm was, you know, sometimes when you're welcome, when you get sent, you can calm it, like we've done the one, then I ask how I can help Gaia. This storm, is like, no ways you're going to calm that. I was like, okay, shh, nope, not happening. So wow, yeah, that was angry. Ooh, wow. It's so strange being in them though, because you feel it. I don't know if anyone's ever done this, who knows? Maybe it's I've had so many interesting past lives, but some of them was a long time ago when the planet was in a much higher frequency. I was a seer, indigenous seer, and I used to run with the wind, whatever, anyway, all kinds of strange things, other things, whatever. So shamans, I've done that. Maybe that's that shaman thing in me, that, you know, being able to become part of. I was told I could run with become part of the wind, and I could. So you could go between a light body and a fixed body, and I would just become part of the wind and go with the wind. So to become part of the elements, I can do that. Yeah, it comes more natural to me. So you can get into the elements and you can calm them or send them healing. But this one was, that's a bit, yeah, sorry people, this is, you know, sorry about that. This is for uplifting. Not, I mean, it's one of those things. This is not the normal, you know, but I don't know. You see, I just ask, hey, anything you want me to see or whatever else, you know, and there's a reason they show me I don't know. I don't say, oh, you know what I mean? Well, whatever. It just is. Sometimes I get to see what's happening down the line, a year, sometimes closer, sometimes so I can help. All different things. Sometimes you get personal messages, I don't know. Sorry about that. I don't, you know, I'm not one of those. But I didn't, if I say I don't want to, they won't show me, you know. And I did for a while. I said, right, that's it. I don't want to, you know, see anything like that. And I used to see all kinds of things, and I told people. And then I became like and I didn't like that too much. So, because they were also right, and I was like, you know, you don't want to be the bearer of unpleasant news. It's not fun. So yeah, I'd asked not to be anymore. But now I haven't for a long time, you see, and I just ask Source anything they want to show me, and there we are. That's how it goes, and I never know. I'm sorry about that. I never know where and what. So what I saw, well, I was inside the tornado. Well, that's really a strange place to be. You go. So very strange, because inside the center of the tornado it's light, but then you got all this stuff, pieces of wood and stuff and all kinds of, wow, the houses, and some of them were white houses, and then like I see, like you see in America, you know, white wooden slatted houses and different kinds of houses. So this tornado, hurricane thing, you know, whatever, but in the inside, in the center of it, it's quite light, you know, in the eye thing, whatever they call it. Not that I've ever been in one. Normally, you know, I stood there, and then you got all the stuff, debris floating around you. But anyway, you know, I don't get that sound thing. And then I went, yeah, it looked like it was an island with very high peaks, you know, higher mountains. I think it's Hawaii. That's what I got. So Hawaii's got a dormant volcano on there. Well, on the top it's still dormant, but it's not. There's a lot of lava coming up in the cone thing, whatever the center of this thing. There's a lot of lava brewing up there under. I don't know, I haven't checked, because I say I don't. And what I tell all of you is don't follow the news. So don't go follow it now. I don't, even myself, you know. I don't focus on any negativity, because it affects you, your frequency vibration. Things to be in the flow and accept what is. So this is, you know, what we're going through, we're going to go through. It doesn't mean we have to get upset or stressed about it. We just, okay, it is what it is. This is what we're living through, you know. And I don't like it to affect me in any way. And I don't let it affect me anymore. I just get it's an observation. So, but I get, and I don't know why I get them. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I saw this lava coming up in the dormant. Well, on top it's cold and flat. There's nothing, and it's not erupting yet. So, but I don't think it's going to be long. So that's one. What was the other one? Then it looked like South Africa, Madagascar down there. There's but I think these are the same things. I did get shown stuff. I think it was like a year or so ago, and they're normally a year in advance that I do see them, and they happen actually. Sometimes a bit sooner, but same with the ones I got in 2020. They were smack on. It was like, I think about 2 things hadn't happened yet out of all the things I've seen. But anyway, I don't know. I just see them, and I have no clue why, and I don't judge them either way, and I don't, oh yes or no, I don't know. I just, there we are, that's it, and see what happens. Some, you know, we're on different timelines, I've noticed, so we can shift timelines as well. We can move frequency dimensions. So some, you know, we did a lot of work to alleviate a lot of things we saw when we were showing things. I was like, we did lots of work to under soothing the fault lines and lava and weather, and we've been a lot of meditations where we did a lot of work to mitigate things, but then we were told to an extent we couldn't stop everything, you know. Anyway, there we are. All right, lovely people, sorry about that one. Not uplifting, but don't take it either way. Don't take it as not or as anything. Just take it, you know, as is, because we are living through this. You know, this is happening on different levels, I suppose, on different planes. And that's one of those things. It's a cycle that we go through on the planet, and we all knew about that before we came here. It's a cycle. It's cleansing. It's replenishing the oceans. It's Gaia, you know, adjusting. It's Gaia is like us. Could you think about what we're going through now with the shift? How it's affecting our body, and our body's recalibrating and physically changing. Ooh, you'll notice that you're also having problems, you know, diet. You're going to have problems with what you can eat. So we're going through the physical changes. We can't eat this. We're not sleeping. We got pain. All kinds of things. So the same thing is happening with Gaia, because these energies are coming in from the sun, hitting the earth. It's frequency and vibration, and it goes into the core and it reverberates around. So this is why when we've got big surges like that, we also have activity on the planet, volcanic and earthquake activity. Because of this, it's got to come up. And as we get, big surges, give it about 3 days, and then you'll see, another big round of earthquakes will go. And then that's the same thing, like I was showed the lava as well. So it's Gaia is trying to balance herself also. She's balancing the energies, and she's trying to do her own thing, purging and clearing. No, it won't now. It won't be one dramatic thing, no. No, it's moved already slowly. It's been moving for a while slowly, the poles. But you're not going to have a complete reversal or anything, no. Not now. Nope. So, but don't listen to any scaremongering here. It's nonsense. It just is. You know what I mean? And it's natural. Look at how it's affecting us. Okay, so the same as it's affecting her. And these are huge frequencies and energies coming in. So she's doing the same as us. The entire planet and the entire humanity is going up in dimension at the same time. It's a massive, it's never happened before. So you've got all of humanity, all the sentient beings on Earth and humanity going through this huge shift at the same time. And she is trying to adjust her energies. So this is why, same with the moves and blocks, like you have sometimes in your chakras and meridians blocks, right? So Gaia has too. So we work on it. We work on helping her. See? Trying to ease and block and help her with whatever. But this is, if you can actually kind of see the correlation. If you look at the big, I actually don't think some of the sites are going down, like the NASA's, the Sun one goes down sometimes and the Schumann resonance blocked out. I think sometimes they're also fiddled. I don't think we're seeing exactly that. I don't think we've shown the actual sometimes graphs correctly. I think they might be played down, some of them. But we feel them anyway. It doesn't matter what scientists say. We don't need a scientist to tell you. You feel, you know exactly when it's coming in because you feel it, you hear it, you see it, you know. Every time the energy comes to the planet, you are well aware before it shows on any graph or anything. We know exactly what's coming in. So this is what's happening to the poor planet, shame. So and then you'll see. Then we have another, when we've got big ones, and we've had, like I said to you guys, I think on my TikTok page a month or so ago when it started coming in, I thought, oopsie, we're going to have, and it's going to, this year, we're going to do this. But this is a big purge, surge kind of thing we're going through. And you'll notice we've had some big ones, and then we get a little bit of a perief just so you can, your body can have a bit of a and then poof. So we did, June was going to be, we knew June was going to be, we've had a few the last couple of days as well. They're not showing on their Schumann and whatever else they're giving you, but it doesn't matter because you know it. You can watch the weather. The weather's giving it away, so you know we've got a mini kind of solar storm going on. You can feel it and you know it, so it doesn't matter what they're saying, what's happening on the Schumann or whatever CME is officially, you know it. And Gaia is an example of, if you see a few big earthquakes and 3 or so days or 4 days before those big earthquakes, you had another quite high incoming and energies. Yeah, shame. It just reverberates out from the core, works its way out. There we are. Alrighty, ready. Affirmations. I don't know who's on yet. I seem to be. I'm not sure. Who is taking part? Any of you go? Yes, please. Who's doing the 30? Anyone doing the 30-40 day thing, or actually sticking to it? You're doing your affirmations every day, doing your gratitudes every day, expanding your light, doing your segment intending to see if you so you can actually compare and see if your frequency and vibration is light rises. Who's actually doing this? Anybody? Anybody on here tonight that started this 30-40 day thing with me and that's actually working on increasing your light frequency and vibration and doing your affirmations, doing all that? I'm doing it. A good one. Yeah. Are you noticing a huge difference? Yeah, you will. You will. Absolutely you will. Because I've done it, so I'm talking from experience. Yeah. Makes a huge difference. And if you, as you said, all the things I've said in all my videos, if you do those things, and like what I'm doing now, and I think we're all getting messages and everyone else is doing channeling and stuff, you'll see, focus seems to be very important. And now I was actually seen by having a dark thought, what it does. I'm like, no, we don't want it. And I can feel the difference by saying, I instantly feel the difference in my physical vessel. So when I say, like we do that, let's just say for now, we can, joy, as I said to you, is a very high frequency. Very high frequency. It's actually higher than happiness or any other ones. So if you go, I am joy, claim it, literally say, I am. I'll take that from the universe. Thank you, joy. I am joy. You do like I do my rant in the morning, and it just goes, and you'll get better at it. It'll just come to you. You do your morning affirmations. I am joy. I'm joy. You know, I am love. We've had practices. I've shared one on my YouTube thing. So I do one of those long rants. I mean, then I go through thanks for this. I mean, I go through it a whole lot. By the time I'm finished, that's why I say you start your day off like that, and what a difference it makes. What a difference. You finish that, and your frequency and vibration is right up there. And then you go through the day, and you might have a thought, you know, something that keeps plaguing you, because it's something there's a reason. And then you can, as I say, like I said, you cleanse and clear and realign your frequency and vibration to pure positive energy. And get clever, because when you start doing this, you will notice, let me just put this on pause, you will notice that you will get clever. Like I do, because you can say, there's another affirmation, I am pure positive energy, or I have pure, my thoughts, or optimistic positive thoughts. I always have positive thoughts. See, because remember, you are training the brain and mind, you're raising frequency. So whatever you, like I said to you before, use your savvy. You see, like same with use it to help you with your meditations. Like I said, that works like a charm. My brain's in gamma wave. There we are. Poof. But now you're getting, that's why I say people be careful, because I say something now and I instantly feel the change. That's like, wow. So I can say I'm holding the highest frequency vibration light. I'm holding the highest frequency. Shit, my frequency goes up. So I'm well aware that I can sit here, and as I'm saying it, I feel the calibration. I feel the adjustment. I literally feel it. So I can feel the change in my frequency and vibration like that when I'm saying it. So now I'm becoming much more aware, because I can feel it. It's not just saying it, I can feel the difference in the resonance, the frequency, the vibration as the word comes out. You see? So you finish and your segment intending before you go to sleep, say, look, like today, I like to play with it. Like last night, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do today? So last night it was, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, I'm going to feel joy, and what was the other one? Enthusiasm or joy and something. And I did. I went for a lovely hike in the howling, so it didn't rain actually, but it was close. Cloudy, windy, but I went up the mountain and I had such joy. I felt such joy, never mind. Okay? You can say, so you really do, that whatever you set your intention on, because you're intending it, but it is more effective when you want to intend it, to do it the night before, the day before. And then start first thing in the morning with that affirmation rant. Say, I am, you know, pure true light, whatever. You know, you've got so many examples. You can also add grace, I am ease, I am flow. Because this time is a lovely thing to have, right? Grace, ease, and flow. Those are advantages in this time at the moment to include, or, you know, as part of your being, state of being, because it'll be easier for you then, you know, with everything going on. Grace, ease, yeah, and flow. Yeah, it's a nice one. So then you can add that in your in your affirmations. I am grace, I am ease, I am ease. Because I mean, I feel them. It's experiment on it and you can see. But you've also got to decide what you want to be as a being. Remember, you as the eternal being can change. You can become anything you want to be. You're always changing anyway. But decide as a core, resonance and frequency what you want to hold. These are the ones, your affirmations that I'm getting you to try and say, is the core frequency and resonance that you're going to hold. That's important. So I do unconditional love. Like you know, you have to listen to enough of my rants. Unconditional love for me is important. Kindness, compassion, peace, calm. But if you do them, you can feel the difference, like tranquility. Tranquil. Calm. Now practice with them, and you do them enough, you'll actually feel the difference in your, so then you know, oh, okay, I like that one, yeah. Calm is more effective for me, whatever. Ease, flow. I think flow is a good one at the moment. And you'll sometimes find you're guided to add or change them, because your higher being will, your higher self, inner being will guide you. Right, because you've got your own path or your own thing you want to manifest or whatever they're trying to get you to do. So you get into the flow, then you're tuned in first of all. So you're more likely to get the guidance, you see. So then you're going to get the guidance to whatever. Maybe you need to do this. They're trying to get you to feel that, whatever, shift something. See, flow is a good one. I'm in the mood for flow anyway. So start with your affirmations, and then you can say, thank you, source, thank you, gratitude. But literally I found if I get out of bed, even if before you drink something, do that. Put your pillow and do that first thing. Before the mind gets busy, start off your day on that. Or you're going to meditate, it's up to you, I don't know. I'm finding like this morning, I had my drink and things and I sat to meditate, and I know there's a lot of incoming energy, so I could feel it, but it's not going to interrupt you. But nah, it just wasn't. It wasn't, and I know when there's something they want me to connect, and so then I thought, okay, we'll leave it. Doesn't matter, There's a reason why, because either your body's busy calibrating. I could feel in the head there was kind of pressure. I thought, okay, well maybe the body, I need a. Don't panic if you're not going to meditate every day. Sometimes you have quiet times, like what they call a blackout time. It's for a reason. Because they want you doing something else, or or maybe your third eye is going through an upgrade, or who knows, your crown chakra or something. So don't go, if I don't try and force it, leave it then. Yeah, very strong today, I know. We've had a mini, storm here, windy, stormy, so that's why I say it's like a mild solar storm. So I don't care what they say on any Schumann resonance or NASA's solar flare thing, because I don't need to watch it. I don't watch any of them. I know it, I feel it. End of story. That's why you didn't see me. I haven't, well, I think the other few nights you've been up here. And then last night I was like, I went to sleep last night after I made that video to tell you I wasn't going to do it live. I was sleeping. Probably from 6 o'clock last night. I was in bed when I spoke to you guys. I went to sleep just pretty much about 10-15 minutes after I made my life say I'm not going to do it live. I'm tired. And I slept all the way to 5 in the morning, like literally 12 hours. I was like, God. I was out. Because I could feel it. I've had some really and then, it's like, so we're doing this, I know, because our body, and you can feel sometimes even your physical vessel is like, okay, just take it easy. And don't do anything, rest, don't exercise. Because sometimes, you are physically recalibrated. Your body's actually adjusting. It's been really, really interesting. Wow. Hello, Andrew. Nice to see you. How are you doing, Andrew? Yeah, well. So yeah, it's been a really interesting time. Wow, fascinating. And then then this afternoon I was like, okay, meditate. It's like I'm like magnetically drawn to meditate. And then at 4 o'clock it was like, meditate. I'm like, all right. And I just had this urge. You can actually feel it. I was like, okay, meditate. And then 5 o'clock, and then before the live, like 6 o'clock again. I was like sitting here. Yes, he's lovely. Beautiful being. Beautiful being. So there we are. And anybody else on here, I'm going to give you a heads up if you find this a bit strange. For any of you following me. What I'm doing is I'm not blocking anybody. So it's a lesson we're going to learn as well, because everybody that comes on your path, some of it you'll get to see as projection. So some people will project on you, and that's just them. So we got to learn to ignore other people, and whatever they believe and do and say is their business. It's what you believe and say is your business. So it doesn't matter what someone else says or believes or does. You've got to learn not to affect you. If it triggers you, it's a good thing, because then it's a lesson in it. Then it's like, ooh, maybe if you've taken it on, then there's possibly something that you're holding in you that you haven't realized that you need to let go of, you see. Maybe it's self-worth. There's all kinds of things. So they're a lesson. And it's a good thing to learn, because we're in a world where everyone's got their own idea, their own lessons, their own path to walk on this planet, and always been that way. So we got to learn that's it. like you do, you know. So I don't bother with other, you know, I don't, and it's for us to see it from the highest perspective. You see, it also teaches you to raise your frequency and vibration and ask, always ask for any decision you want to make. Ask for it to be the highest perspective and perception possible. So you can include that in your affirmations. See, all my decisions come from the highest perception and perspective. All my decisions I make, I love this energies. I mean, the energies are so powerful. Wow. You literally feel something and it's like, wow, done. It's amazing. I mean, that's why it's fascinating. So when you're in that flow, do those, and then you'll actually see what I'm saying when you say happiness. Try a few times, and then try another word, and you can feel the different frequencies and vibrations in the words. It's incredible. And then you understand. Well, you can think about it. When you feel any of the darker, denser ones, they're not nice. They're not you don't feel nice, do you? Not at all. And we all want to be happy. Why? Because it's our natural state of being, as they say, love, happiness, you know, or unconditional love. Love, that's it. That's bliss. Well, it's not like a human love, yeah, as you all know. It's, any of you been into that space? It's bliss, pure bliss, undescribable bliss. So awesome, bloody lovely. You love anything and everybody. All right, peoples. So I don't know why I was shown that today. Maybe it's something coming soon. I don't know. Sorry about that. But anyway, there's a reason. There's always a reason, and I don't ask them, why do you show me this? Why do you do that? I don't. Why? Because I can't. Who am I? Understand? We're talking about something much higher than us. Yeah, that's an interesting one for you. So there we are. Maybe it's teaching you something. You've got to figure out, everything is a lesson. Why? Now it's how we perceive it. You change the way you see it. See. So maybe maybe it's boundaries. So it could be a boundary. It could be making you to leave, or you could be maybe making you to stand up and say, hey, you know, no, sorry. It's how you handle things. You see, there's a reason. There is a reason, or for you to learn to tune it out. You see, everything is a reason. Everything. Think of everybody in the world as a mirror. So everybody, because you're doing the script, everybody that you interact with, you've got an agreement for them to try and test you, to push your buttons, trust me, you'll find that one out when you're on this journey. And some of them are obvious. It's like, oh, I see what's going on here. So if you ask for that, it's a test. Yeah, they test in your journey, you see. It's like, okay, but it's not in a negative way. Nothing is. You've got to look at you've got to find, even in the lesson, the good in that lesson, the positive in the lesson, and be thankful for it, you see. That's what we're going to try and do. So if someone does, and we're like, oh, thank you for showing me that. You see, because they're showing you what you need to heal, for one. And so if we didn't have the triggers, how would we know that it's your higher self? Because we're unconscious, it's trying to show you, oh, you know, maybe you want to look at this. Are you sick? You've been holding us a long time. Maybe you don't need to anymore. Let it go. You see, so that's what a trigger is. It's just them trying to say, all right, I think it's about time now you kind of got over this. There we are. All right. Yeah, it is funny. So don't, there's different things. Some of it's judgment, we do, you know, some of it's, and sometimes it is them projecting. But then we can, you know, if you raise your frequency and vibration, you will find you won't get ticked off. That's what I say. Like you're saying, it's really working. If you do what I'm saying, it bloody works. I know it works. And if you're doing your meditations and you're sitting there every day in your meditations and you're sending out love or healing to other people and you're walking around, like I said, put your bubble and doing this all the time, you will literally be floating above the ground shortly. I'm not joking. I did that. You're free. You practice for a few months doing what I'm saying. You meditate every day. You connect with source. You helping, offering help. You're putting this thing around you when you go out. You're setting your intent. You're sending out love and light. Watch your frequency go through the roof. And then when it's so high, nobody can rattle your boat. They just won't, because you're in bliss. And you know, and keep reminding yourself. You see, here's another good reminder. When just to try and keep saying it over in your mind. Every single being walking on this earth, if you can see them as they truly are, as that divine fractal of source, as part of source, and you can see them through your third eye, their Merkaba, their real self, it's so bright you can't look at them. The light they exude is so bright. It's such a powerful, powerful light. Then you're like, oh my gosh. And you realize every being you interact with is a part of source. And they are either forgetting it, they're in a lesson, they've chosen this, or whatever they are, whatever. Just remember that no matter what, some of them we got to have even more compassion for them, because they really have, fall into a very dark place, you see, and fear. So they all are, see. So just say, try and see them as a divine, as source, or pretend they're an angel or Jesus, whoever you can visualize is easier for you. So everyone you're walking around, you see them as Jesus. That's it. You know what I mean? They are divine. They are, and see them as that, like as Esther Hicks says as well. Look for the good, draw it out of them, because remember, you're the attractor. Especially if you're tapped in, you have much more power than they do. You see, you are emitting, so you have much more power of influence than someone who's not, because their field is much smaller than yours. Anyway, I think that's enough for the night, guys. I don't want to be awake all night. I got to try and get the energy down again. Otherwise, I'll be like, I don't know, whatever. I don't even try and just let it be, let it be. If I'm awake, I'm awake. If I'm not, if I sleep, okay, whatever. It is what it is. But the energies are intense. I can feel them, because my cell, if I'm sitting here talking to you, let me just tap in and tell you, so I'm trying to straighten my poor legs out from sitting here cross-legged. Let's see. No, I think it's more of the Schumann resonance. We heard though, but you can feel it. You can feel the interference in your head today. Definitely not low frequency though, we're surrounded. But as I told you, it was so funny when we saw that meditation. You literally drenched in it. It was so funny. I shared it in one of my other lives, and you can see it on YouTube, when they showed me and all these poor humans. And I saw this in 2020, what was going to come. That you are literally sitting in this, through your third eye, it's light. This energy coming the planet is light, like white, bright light. But I mean, you don't see it. It's invisible to the naked eye. Just energy, sun flares, or whatever they want to call them. It's light though. It's very bright light. So when you see all these poor humans and they just, you are sitting in the soup. So you are in very high frequency light. It's just not visible, And you can feel it and you can hear it and you can sense it, Yeah. You're going to know about it still. We still got it. Sorry, people. But it's for a while. It's not sorry. Be thankful for it. There's another thing. And if you're battling, do that, as I said, do the Qigong. Those things help, the ones I've shared. Another thing is go outside in nature, ground yourself every day. And then raise your frequency and vibration. If you sit now, right, and you're feeling it and you're like, what you can do is like I did that. Now sit you and intentionally raise your frequency and vibration to equal. So bring your frequency up, vibration, in line with the incoming energies, and it won't bother you. See, adjust your frequency and vibration. There we are. To the energies around you. Boom. So the only reason why if you will feel it more and more is if you've got more stuff to clear. So depending on where you are on your journey, some of us have been clearing some big shit a long time, for a while, you see. A lot of people that are starting on their journey now, oh man, wow, it's hard. Because these energies are very high. They've been coming up for a while. And if you've got a lot of stuff and trauma to clear, you're going to know about it. You know what I mean? It's going to be very difficult. And some will come back in a new body, because it's easier to come back in a body that's already adjusted for the new energies and not having to go up. But this is just, They've all made these agreements anyway before they came, so don't worry about it. Everybody is, wherever they are, and whatever happens, whatever is meant to be. Okay, when you die, it's no accident. Not at all. It's no accident. Yeah, don't worry about time running out, Andrew. It's a wonderful thing. You'll be back again, and it's nothing wrong. You do this all the time. And leaving your body is a breeze. Actually, you'll have such fun when you get out of it. You'll be like, yay! Like me, I was like a silly child. I wanted to go like an orb, bouncing around everywhere. Anyway, never mind. I'm being silly now, but it is fun. It is nice because literally you want to just yes, and you can zoot everywhere now. You don't feel like you're restricted, so you can zoot there, you can zoot there. Go and harass your family, no shame. As an orb. Yeah, no, I often tease them, and it won't be that way. Yeah. No one's going to perish. There's nothing to fear. Ask and you shall see. Ask. You can't do eternal. Alright, lovely people. Don't fear anything, alright? And this is what I think is our biggest problem, is the fear of death. Because we attach to this body. We are so terrified of dying, it's crazy. Because we've forgotten. Anyway, next time, it's going to be easier and easier. The more you learn now, the good thing is try and increase your knowledge. And this is where I share a lot of screenshots on my page. So not only you're doing your own journey, but increase your knowledge as well. Because what you learn now, you retain. You're not going to come back with that same veil. So you won't have to relearn it. So when you come back on the planet, what you've learned now, you'll retain it. Whether it's just in your intuition or not, but you're not going to lose that knowledge. So your path next time is going to be so much easier. Plus you're coming in a new body and with these things lifted and veiled and what simple. This is the hard one. This was the challenging one, because those of us at my age were born into much darker, denser energy in the 60s. So we had to and your parents we had, and then of course your grandparents were really from the Victorian age, so wow, you had some stuff to work through. We had lots of, and then also remember this is the end of the karmic cycle, the Kali Yoga, the end of the karmic, because we don't need the new karma in the new thing we're going. So please drop your karma if you haven't. Anyone listening, you can intentionally ask, because you don't need it anymore. Well, I've described that in my other videos. But yeah, so we had all that as well to work through, payback time. Ooh. Was not fun. It was not an easy journey, but I tell you what, it's made the coming out of it is, oh wow, it's made it so amazing, it's made it so worth it. Because once you've had your awakening and you've worked through all your shit and you rise out of it, it's like, oh, wow, it's amazing. It's so worth it. It's so incredible, the journey. Going from that to that is amazing. This is why we're going through a massive expansion of the universe, because it's a huge expansion. To go from that to that is a big expansion. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful evening, morning. Let's see tomorrow. If I shall be on, I shall be on. What I'll do is I'll let you guys know on my page anyway. So I'll remove the video, and if I'm going to be on tomorrow, it'll say that I'll be on tonight, whatever. Because I never know with the energies myself, so wait and see. I just take it from day to day. Much love to everybody. Much love to all. Please don't worry. Okay, be happy as much as possible. Practice these things. Don't look at anything negative. Don't listen to any news or any gossip and red pill drama, anything. Just switch it all off. And do whatever you can for you. Most important. All right. Love you all. Bye.